ridiculous.
Day 5 cardio is complete. Wasn't very talkative on the way to the gym this morning. I was a little bit tired, but now I've got the blood flow around my body into my brain. I'm waking up now. Sometimes you got to do the opposite of what your brain and body is telling you, and that's to stay in bed and get your ass up, move around a little bit, and I'll give you your prod, your cattle prod, to get you moving for the day. Feels good to get to the end of the first week of the workout days. Gonna head on in there probably about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm gonna do my cryotherapy and my pulse therapy and my back alignment before I go to the gym today. One thing that I'm noticing now that you may notice the same is that I'm starting to get very hungry, and that is because our metabolism is going to start speeding up. You know, we have our meal frequency, so we're eating first thing in the morning, we're eating last thing at night, we're eating within every 3 hours during the day. So that's a good thing, knowing that the metabolism is starting to stoke. You know, I'll be able to increase that meal frequency possibly to 7. Right, okay, I'll catch y'all kids later. This would be a hell of a torture device if you were to turn this up on someone, but you could get somebody to talk on this. All right, it is day 5 of this 8-week trainer. We're finishing off the week strong. We're going to be hitting back today, not our lower back. Remember, we hit that yesterday. We're going to be hitting lats, we're going to be hitting traps, and we're also going to be finishing off with calves. We did calves at the beginning of the week when we had our legs bent to hit our soleus, that muscle sheath that runs underneath the gastrocnemius, but we're going to hit the gastrocnemius, and that's the muscle that runs on the outside today. We're going to have 2 days to recover, so we still have to put in everything that we possibly can to set the standard for next week. It doesn't matter how you start these sessions, and same with anything in life, it all comes down to how you finish. This is what separates the men from the boys. Like, how many people are going to start this program, and are any of you going to fall off after the first week, after the 2 weeks? I hope I'm not talking to you. So if you can get through these 2 weeks, these 3 weeks, these 4 weeks, whatever it is, and finish extremely strong, I guarantee you that will happen into so many other areas of your life. So let's set the standard today, and let's finish this workout really strong so we can begin even tougher next week and always escalate and evolve. Okay, the first 3 exercises we just completed was mainly targeting and isolating the lats to give us that nice V-taper. To begin with, worked on a lat pull down, Now you'll notice I attached a straight bar onto it and then I put a couple of vinyl handles. I personally do that so I can get a little bit of free range of motion within it. So I started off with doing just 3 straight sets of 10 repetitions, resting for about 45 seconds between sets, and then I moved on to a superset, and that was chins. And then I put a rope attachment onto the lat pull down. I supported myself underneath the bench. The reason being so I could accentuate my stretch at the top without the weight stack hitting the rest of the rack. I did 10 and 10, so 10 reps chins, immediately onto the pull down with the rope and did 10 repetitions, rested for about a minute and did 3 more supersets of 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And now we're gonna work a little bit more of our traps with the following exercise. Right, this superset that I just did was to work the meat of the back, the traps. So we did a single arm row to begin with. Once I completed a failure on one side, again going for around 10-12 repetitions here, I went straight over to a Smith machine that I'd set up, and I grabbed hold of the bar and I rode myself up. And I think I only got to about 8 repetitions there. And once I'd done one side, I immediately went back and hit the left side. Then I rested for about a minute and repeated that process for 3 sets total. So it was 10-10, 10-10 on the other side, 10-10. So that's how we were working it. So it's like 20 repetitions per set on one side, 20 on the other, so 40 reps per set in total, and we did 3 sets. Now I'm gonna work a little bit of the upper traps and the lats again. I don't wanna rest for too long, I gotta keep this intensity up. All right, finishing off the back workout, we did a superset, and that superset was dumbbell pullovers along with standing dumbbell shrugs. So I did 3 sets there of about 15 repetitions. I wanted to increase the reps slightly on this exercise to take stress away from the elbows, put it more onto the muscles, and then I supersetted that with standing shrugs. Again, I did around 15, at least 15 repetitions, and I did 3 sets each of that exercise. So that is, the back is done. So we're finishing off with calves. Remember at the start of the week, we did seated calves to work the soleus. Now we are doing standing calves. This gym doesn't have a standing calf machine. If you've got one, great, use it. We don't, so I'm using a leg press here. You can use any leg press, like a 45-degree leg press or whatever. So this is what I'm using, all right? We'll go straight into the first set. I'm nearly done with calves. 1 more set. We're doing 5 sets total, but I thought I'll wrap this up right now. I'm feeling it today, dudes. I'm feeling pretty tired. So I've got 1 more set on here to finish off. You'll notice when I'm doing the calf press here, I'm exploding out the hole, but I'm going nice and slow on the way down to accentuate the stretch. Calves aren't used to stretching that much. You know, when you're walking on floors, you know, your feet plantar flex, but they don't stretch. So really work the stretch of this. We're hitting 20 repetitions with each one of these sets. Higher repetitions, finish strong. Last set, best set. All right, we're done, son. Day 5 done, baby. The week isn't over with, only the workout days. And yeah, I'm feeling it, man. But it's good because I know that I've left everything on this gym floor. So finishing off with back today felt really good. We're allowing that to fully recover. Obviously we did hamstrings yesterday, so they are tight. But I know by the time that we hit legs or quads on Monday, they'll be fully recovered, so there won't be any crossover. This weekend, you still have to do your cardio. You still have to have your 6 meals a day. You still have to stick to the required calories. But the cardio is going to change a little bit. We're going to increase the intensity. You can go out for like a mile jog. You can just do a speed walk if you want, but make sure that your heart rate is up in the fat burning zone. So whatever cardio entices you, that is what you're going to do. But anyway, come back and I will meet you tomorrow, and I'll be there to hold your hand to get through this weekend. All right, there is day 5 done, complete. I've done my cardio. I went out and had a slow jog this evening instead of doing the cardio at the gym. I'm happy to know that this week has been absolutely perfect, no screw ups. Now for you, if anything has happened, if you screwed up at all, I'm not the kind of guy that says, oh, forget about it, we'll start again. You should friggin' dwell on that, you know. Understand and acknowledge how bad that feels, that you screwed up, you missed a time, you missed a meal because you was too embarrassed to get out your Tupperware container, or you were stuck in a meeting longer than you thought, you couldn't get your meal out. You should have had a meal, a shake prepared so you could drink that instead. Tomorrow is a non-training day, but it's an active rest day. We still have 2 cardio sessions to do. All right, so I am gonna switch off now, have my last meal, get my last meal ready before hitting the sack and getting up for cardio tomorrow. All right, have yourself a good evening and I shall see you tomorrow, bright and early.